One of my favorite places to spend my time on the internet is, unfortunately, TikTok. Shocking. I like to engross myself in the art community on TikTok, but one thing I've come to realize after hours of mindlessly scrolling on TikTok is artists on TikTok always have a problem with something or someone or something someone does which they label as problematic. Today, I'm going to show you the problems or icks I found on TikTok, including some I will consider as the most unhinged problems with the art community on TikTok, which are rather funny if I may add, and mostly relatable to other artists.
Is anybody else tired of seeing those 13, 14-year-old artists posting shit like, I'm a 13 or 14-year-old artist and I made this, and it's like a spectacular fucking some shit that Horikoshi would make or some shit like that on Twitter and all that shit, dude? I'm like, bro,
no one fucking cares that you're 14.
Why is this so funny? I do understand the point he's trying to make, but I still don't really feel it's a problem when young artists put their age in the captions of their drawings. They're 14.
Look, I'm not trash. Look, I'm not even hating, dude. I'm not even hating at all. It sounds like I am, but I'm really trying not to. But I just hate when they just, like, add their age in the fucking post. I'm like, bro,
no one cares. Like, no one cares about that.
I don't know why. Like, no one fucking cares, dude. Just post the goddamn shit, put the hashtags, and that's it. You don't have to put your fucking age. Like, that's like me posting this video saying, hey, I'm a 20-year-old man, and I'm just fucking talking. Like, no one fucking cares.
Because to me, it just looks like compliment fishing.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just screaming attention. And I hate that. I hate that so much.
This is probably the funniest reason I've seen for a crash out on TikTok. I do think it could be understandable to a point, but I'll let you, yes, you watching this video, decide. Since, well, according to YouTube analytics, I now have grown a small amount of younger artists who watch my videos since I started talking about art TikTok. So let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Do you think young artists writing their age when posting a drawing is problematic? Fair enough.
Bro, it sounds like I'm a hater on these young kids that's drawing and shit, but I'm not even hating. Like, it's a really good drawing, but you don't have to include your age in it.
DT Yam is genuinely funny, and I also like Yam. I think I'll follow him. I low-key considered this strat when I was making CGI stuff. It gives you more fans for some reason, so I get why they do it. I think it has something to do with the feeling of seeing someone your age drawing something incredible when you can barely even scribble a circle first try. I still can't scribble a circle first try. I'm not even close to 14. I'm 15 and I just want nice comments. What if they are trying to make friends? A good point. You can still make friends without including your age. It's not a job application. Okay, Yam, at this point I can't make any more excuses for you, but I respect the hate. Anybody who does art can do the same level of work proportional to the time they put in rather than their age. Your starting point is what matters. I think this is true. I do believe art is a skill that anybody who has the time and passion for it can learn, and putting in more time into practicing the right way will exponentially improve your art in a short amount of time. It won't automatically happen overnight, but there's a higher chance of a hypothetical person improving their art, and not even a hypothetical person, since there probably are young kids who are trying to improve their art watching this video right now. You young kid watching this video right now trying to improve your art, there's a high chance of you improving faster than a person who tried to do the same thing years ago. Right now there's so much free information just lying around on the internet from so many incredible talented artists you can learn from, compared to years ago when you either had to pay for an art school or sign up for courses on Massive Black or something. Interesting times.
Listen to this while you draw. I can't stand a few things, but if I hate something, you know those artists where like people send their stuff to so they can look over it and give them some advice? Normally that's a good thing. However, I hate it when they take this original scrumptious looking art and instead of doing what they were asked to do, completely change it. Change the proportion, the colors, pure aesthetic of it. Everything. Make it into this semi-realistic anime girl looking thing, whatever. And it might be just me, but I feel like that defeats the purpose. I'm pretty sure these people did not want you to change it into your art style. They were probably just looking for advice on how to make it pop And that is something I hate.
I think I can speak for myself and a lot of other artists who genuinely hate when this happens to their drawings. This is not inspiring. Changing the features of an artist's work when trying to criticize them could become annoying, especially when their art style is unique or different. Usually artists who do this will possibly not know when this is happening and are too carried away to realize the drawing looks entirely different from what the person sent them by the time they're done fixing it or critiquing it. I think criticism and overpaint can be done to a drawing without necessarily changing the entire art style, and an artist that does this so well is Angel Ganev. In his videos where he critiques art from his audience, he doesn't change the artist's style and mostly focuses on the fundamentals, tackling things like the lighting, anatomy and forms, and a bit of the colors with color theory. That way you end up with a drawing that looks significantly improved while still preserving the art style of the artist who sent their work for a critique. I also couldn't help noticing someone commented cooling, which is funny because people have been making fun of her and accusing her of same-face syndrome. Can we just leave our glorious queen Cooling alone? She's suffered enough. Let's call time out.
The most delusional people you'll meet are somebody who's taken art classes before and thinks they're a really good artist when they're just not. And I know art is subjective, but I feel like there is some objectivity when it comes to how do you price your art. Because I always think that one wedding painter who made those like really bad paintings of weddings, and she charged like $8 or $9, maybe it was like $1,000 for it, and it genuinely looked like something like a 6th grader would paint. I remember people were on her ass about it because there was like, there's no depth perception, there's no details, like this just looks like some shit you can make with AI or like a cartoon. And she got so mad and she was like, oh, you know, I paint this, like I'm an experienced painter, all this stuff. And the ego she had was just crazy. And then even you have like the Trader Joe's like painting thing or whatever, that was like, I don't know, maybe like a month or 2 ago. And like the person doing that, you're charging so much money for like some basic ass painting that you think is really good. And like I understand, you know, if you're gonna make your own art, of course you need to be a big supporter of what you make. But at the same time, be a little fucking realistic, all right? If you just started taking art classes, or even if you've been taking them for a year or 2, your art may not be that good. But yet these people, if you even criticize it slightly, they look at you, they're like, oh, you're just a hater of art, like you just don't want to see people, you know, excel. And it's like, no, you're just not as good of a painter or artist as you think you are.
In my unprofessional opinion, if you're unwilling to see your own mistakes and improve on them and believe you're at the peak of your skill, then you're doomed to fail already. It's okay to be confident in your art. The issue is refusing to take criticism when you're trying to make a financial career out of your artwork. The irony is that ego is what holds a lot of artists back from actually getting good, because they refuse to admit that they're not. I think this problem goes further than just art and transcends into our everyday lives as normal human beings. Everyone has an ego. It doesn't matter how small it is or how large it is, everyone has one. But what separates people who go farther in life and accomplish their goals, which could be learning a skill, in this case which happens to be drawing, is knowing when to pack all that ego you have, squeeze it into a small tiny ball and leave it out the door. The moment you can keep your ego under control, half the problems you could potentially face will automatically become easy because you wouldn't be afraid to ask for help. But if you treat your art as the 8th wonder of the world and refuse to listen to people who try to point out something that could be improved on, or even ignore criticism even from your close friends, you probably wouldn't improve that much as an artist, which is why listening to everyone regardless of their skill level and taking in bits and pieces of information to add to your work is a good trait to learn and pick up on as an artist. Never let ego get in the way of your art.
Bro, did you draw that? That looks pretty good. It's better than what I could do. I can't even draw a stick figure. It's better than what I could do. I can't even draw a circle. Man, it's better than what I could do. I can't even draw a straight line. So how long you been drawing for? Probably a long time if you're that good. Can you draw like realistically? Can you draw me? Yeah, draw me. What do you mean you can't draw me? It'll take you like 5 seconds. Just do it. Oh, you're done? Cool. Oh, I don't look like that. You really think I look like that? It looks nothing like me. Well, can I at least have it? You want me to pay for it? You want me to pay for the drawing that you did? Well, you can draw. What do you mean you want me to pay for it? Like, you just did it in front of me. You draw all the time. Why not just give it to me? Oh, you went to school for art? So you did like painting and stuff? Do you paint naked people? Do you want to do it as a job? So you're gonna like put paintings up in galleries? You do digital art? So you want to work for like Disney or something? Does that stuff pay well? Why don't you just apply for Disney? I'm sure that they need people. Oh, you tried? Well, you don't have to get mad at me, jeez. Yeah, the job market's bad, I get it, but like, can't be that bad. Maybe you should have studied marketing.
Every single sentence in his video genuinely triggered me. What's even worse is, I'm sure a number of you watching this video who happen to be artists have heard some of these before and have gotten questions like this or similar at a certain point in time. That question, can you draw me? If I received a penny for every time I get asked that whenever I tell someone I'm an artist, I would have... I don't know what I'll have. At this point, I've just gotten used to it. Even when I get asked that, I just reply saying I'm a YouTuber. But then when they ask for my Instagram and then they see my drawings, it's right back to the dreadful question all over again.
Can you draw me?
Leave me alone!
Draw me? Me?
My biggest fucking gick in the art community is the hatred towards unique art styles. Why TF do we care if someone draws differently than the average artist? Since when did art have rules? Anyways, bye.
This problem is one of those problems that keeps on reoccurring every couple of months. Once a new artist discovers an art style that happens to be unique and fresh, but other people consider it as ugly and childish. In a situation like this, we, as in people with normal functioning brains, will naturally encourage the artist so they can continue drawing and improving their art, and even give them pointers that could help them get better with time. But since the number of people that qualify as normal on TikTok tremendously fall below average, situations like this always end with the young artists getting bullied and laughed at over their art style, which ultimately forces them to leave the platform or change the way they draw. I think it goes without saying that the art community on TikTok, including us who just casually consume all the content, need to do better. We have seen this happen over and over again to different artists, and the ending result is always the same. Every single time. It should go without saying that bullying on younger artists is a rather shameful thing to do, regardless of how bad their art is. I remember starting out with art and I too was incredibly bad at drawing. Now imagine if all the people who first saw my art when I first started posting all made fun of me instead of supporting me and encouraging me to draw. You probably wouldn't be watching the wholesome art commentary YouTuber that is Mohammed Agbadi today, which could be a good thing. But there is no community where bullying encourages people to get better, well, except maybe military boot camp. But I wouldn't know for sure since I'm not a soldier. I just make stupid YouTube videos. Which also reminds me, if you enjoy videos like this, you should subscribe. I post weekly and we also have a Discord server where we talk with each other, share memes, good looking art, and generally have a good time. The link is in the description.
People often get bullied for their art styles. One of the most common things I see is people making fun of other people's art styles because it's not like generic or it's like extremely stylized. And if you're one of those people that kind of get that comment, this is what I want to say. Push the stylization even further. To me, the best artists are the ones that have a grasp of stylization and are able to utilize things like anatomy to push the kind of things that they want to see in characters. Like me personally, I've always loved extremely stylized characters, which is why I look up to artists like Kei Urana, because they have like such a unique understanding of human anatomy and are able to push that. But like after studying artists like her, Taite Kubo, maybe Bill Watterson, Atsushi Kubo, kind of like opened my mind up to like, hey, these are things I can actually use to push, I guess, like how my characters are perceived and like making them look a little bit weird. People also used to dog on early Hiro Mashima's art, but bro, I'm not gonna lie, like this shit's fire. Like I love like his early Rave Master stuff. I love his early Fairy Tail stuff. Like I love his new art now, but I think his art has always been good because to me it just has that stylized feel. So please don't let people bully you for your art style because it's unique or it doesn't fit their mold. You're drawing it for you. So fuck them.
And I couldn't agree more. Every single artist I enjoy makes stylized art, and I find it very appealing. I love it when artists push forms, exaggerate poses, and draw characters that have feeling to them without necessarily caring only about the anatomy. This is not to say learning anatomy is bad and useless, but capturing the essence and energy in a pose feels and looks so much better than drawing every single muscle correctly just because you can. Food for thought.
Things that artists do that give me the ick, and before y'all start commenting on how this is a non-issue or why am I always hating like you always fucking do, I'm allowed to rant without y'all trying to turn my video into a global summit on human suffering. I am not sorry, but something doesn't need to directly break 10 of my bones for me to complain about it. Anyways, let me tell you about the type of artists I've encountered who give me the ick. No hate, but also, like yes, hate. Number 1. The my art teacher hates me person. These are the artists who genuinely believe their art teacher has some deep vendetta against them. Bro, you're not that important. Stop thinking you're a misunderstood art prodigy or whatever. These people will cry about their teacher ruining their painting. Oh my gosh, my teacher painted over my work. They're sabotaging me. And most of the time, they're fixing your anatomy or giving your piece a solid foundation. Sorry to break it to you, but your teacher doesn't hate you. They're just doing their job. If you hate critique so much, maybe stick to drawing in your room, because signing up for art class means signing up to get roasted. It's all about quick improvement, and quick improvement doesn't come without some harsh truths.
I genuinely find videos that use this voice so funny. I don't know why. The people who complain about their art teachers hating them say that because, well, according to them, they made a rather good looking drawing and their art teacher spoiled it by correcting it and drawing directly over their drawing with a pen or indelible marker, or even forcing them to start over when they were already practically done with the image. I've seen quite a few videos of artists on TikTok complaining about their art teachers ruining their drawings. Now, I didn't attend what would ideally be referred to as an art school, but my art teachers in university did draw over a few of my drawings alongside some other students, and they mostly did this to correct the perspective or shading, and anytime they wanted to make a big change in the drawing that had to do with the fundamental structure or anatomy, they will draw a smaller version on the side for me to then study and learn from, and then translate that onto the bigger version I was already drawing. This approach preserves what the artist has already drawn, but still leaves room for the artist to take corrections the teacher has made on the side and apply that directly to their work without entirely ruining it. Now, if other art teachers were making changes like this instead of indirectly ruining these artists' drawings unintentionally, maybe this wouldn't be such a problem. So no, these artists aren't feeling special. They're probably just tired of getting their drawings ruined in the name of critique, which is rather understandable, don't you think?
Number 2, artists who lose it over speed paint requests. You ever ask someone for a speed paint and suddenly they act like you just accused them of using AI? OMG, everyone thinks art is AI now. OMG, can't y'all believe talented artists exist? Chill. No one said that. I just wanted to see your speed paint. I just want to see your process. I am not on a witch hunt to expose you. Some artists act like you're out to get them. And oh my god, the fans, annoying fucking fans. I asked this one artist for a speed paint once and the artist thought I was accusing them of tracing, and their little minions came for me like, haha, how do you feel now? She silenced you. Like, bro, no one silenced me. I just deleted my comment because y'all are weird.
I think this AI fake art epidemic has ruined the process of making and enjoying art for regular artists on the internet. Now you can't post a drawing without someone just asking for a speed paint so you can prove you actually made the drawing. It doesn't even matter if you just wanted to see the artist's drawing process. People will naturally assume you're accusing them of using AI.
Number 3, Discord roasters who call it critique. Imagine sending your art to a server for critique, hoping for actual helpful feedback, and instead, you get annoying ass bitches like, why does the neck look like that? LMAO, the foot is weird. Haha, is that a tortilla bag? Shut the fuck up, disrespectfully. If you don't have any actual advice, don't say anything. If you're gonna roast my work, at least slide into my DMs and tell me privately. Publicly clowning someone and calling it critique is weird. If you can't tell me how to fix it, then why the fuck are you even speaking?
Okay, they genuinely have a point. If you don't have anything helpful to add to a person's drawing, don't make fun of them because you can. Compliment their drawing and make them feel good about drawing. Everyone is struggling to get better and could use every little bit of encouragement. I found this video by an amazing artist, Alice Tridget, on Instagram, where they asked people what were their biggest icks they had with other artists, and the comments were just hilarious. Those rage baiting artists who do videos like, the algorithm hates my art, but they have 10k followers and 200k views. Ma'am, there are small artists with 20 followers who are struggling and you're not one of them. I've seen those videos on Instagram, but one thing I noticed was the artists who posted them did have small accounts, but those particular videos gained a lot of views and drove a lot of engagement to their accounts, which is why it looked like they already had a following, when it basically all just happened after they posted that video. Calling others Guna artists because they draw curvy or big-chested women. Now, this is far too common. I've seen it a lot. I have also gotten called the cursed G word myself, and I happen to like it. An artist should be allowed to draw whatever they like, as long as it's not inappropriate. When everyone they draw looks the same body, same face, all white, it's boring. Just practice drawing other features. This is pretty self-explanatory. If you want to get better at drawing more faces, draw more faces. Don't copy my art style as if they were the only person allowed to draw that way. I get don't copy my drawings, but don't copy my art style is so, I don't know, begging for support and not supporting anyone back. When they say do not spam like or you're getting blocked, I just wanted to support you, dang. I think these are probably the funniest icks I've seen about artists so far. But if you have any icks about artists that are funny or unhinged, or are unpopular opinions that will have you looking like Flynn from that one tango scene, leave them in the comments and let's see them. Well, it looks like you made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, share the video with a friend, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. With all that being said, I'll see all you pretty penguins in the next video. Bye.